I just got here. I guess you can see my vest over my bike. They're not quite open yet. I'm a little early. If you guys have seen that video of mine where my dad's last email, my dad is he's a nice guy if you meet him, but my dad is an odd person. And he can be a little cruel at times. I'll explain that in a second. Down deep, yeah, I love my dad. He's my dad. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. But now my sister doesn't always agree with me, but she will on this part. My dad has always been poor and shown his love for my sister and I. He's so poor at it, we think he loves us. I'm pretty sure he does, but my dad's always been poor in that area. I ain't gonna tell you who told me this, but I heard that when my dad was born, April 30th, 1940. Now, I do feel sorry for him to a point, and I don't, I guess. I shouldn't say it. I don't want to be cruel myself. I know it sounds cruel, but when someone's gave you hard times growing up, at times. Anyway, when he was born April 30th, 1940, keyword, apparently, the doctors had a hard time with my dad as an infant. He wouldn't, when he was born April 30th, 1940, he wasn't breathing on his own. Of course, in 1940, what did they know about medicine then? What did doctors know? Of course, nothing like they do today. But they had a hard time reviving him. And so apparently, an infant, they go a minute or two without oxygen. It will affect what they call that fear of the brain. Am I saying that right? It's early. You gotta overlook me. It's not 9 o'clock yet, and I'm not a morning person. I want to say the hemisphere of the brain. And they finally I think it was my grandpa that revived my dad. I think, if I heard it right, my grandpa actually told the doctor, get out of the way. And my grandpa had a lot of common sense, so he revived my dad, but apparently they think my dad, as an infant, went without oxygen for a minute or two. And that could hurt I always thought maybe that's why he's kind of odd. I'm not saying he's mentally off. I'm not saying that. I think my dad, in a lot of ways, is smart. But there's a part of him that's odd. Now, back in the 80s, you remember the Walkman? Well, we bought one for about $39. We thought that was good. And when we got them, we let Dad, come here, listen to these, stereo, that fits in the palm of your hand. Anyway, loud trucks. Anyway, his attitude was this. He'd put the headphones on. He would listen to my sister and I. She'd have a different kind of Walkman. Oh, here's how he would answer you. Oh, it's good. But there's always somebody's got one better. That's how he treated us verbally. Yeah, no matter what we had, somebody always had something better. It's the only thing I had against my dad. Now, I feel sorry for him because that happened to him as an infant, apparently, keyword, apparently. But in a way I do and I don't. I might sound a little cruel there, I don't know. But I guess just one of those things. Now, I heard about that years ago, back in the 80s, but I don't know why I wasn't paying attention when someone told me that. But somebody was telling me that, and later on. And so I thought, oh, that was Dad, huh? And they said, yeah, we think that was, we're going back to 1940. I don't know if Grandpa told the story or what, but I remember the story being told. But I always did think my dad was kind of odd. But he's very poor. Very poor and showing his love for us, just the way he is. I hate to say it that way, but what's true is true.